Action determines not only reality, but reality itself is also determined by the kind of mindset, thinking, and thoughts we engage in, we entertain, and we choose to develop in our lives in one way or another. And we must be careful not to entertain much or nothing regarding the external world or the others' opinions, thoughts, judgments, experiences, pains, because that is their problem and their responsibility to process all that and handle all that and take responsibility for all that they are and all that they are not in one way or another. Because the moment we try living up to the other's expectations, demands, desires, boundaries, we've already shrunk to stupidity. And also, if we constantly try to satisfy or appease the other's ego, social boundaries, outside dictates, then we'll be enslaved, controlled, subjugated, domesticated by all those entities and organizations and invisible dictates or dictums, and will become slaves and prisoners, not only to these institutions, dictates, principles, or the others' expectations or egos, but also to our own lack of consciousness and absence of temperance, control, moderation within ourselves in one way or another. And also will be directed in any way by these hostile powers and outside organizations. And that is why it's very important that we take responsibility for ourselves in one way or another. So if action determines reality, then action can be controlled, moderated, and disciplined through temperance, reason, patience within ourselves in one way or another. Action can be controlled, but thoughts cannot be necessarily controlled, because our thoughts, expectations, wounds might be the other's thoughts, wounds, and expectations in one way or another, because we are not conscious enough to understand what is ours, what is not, what we should entertain and resolve and take responsibility for, and what we shouldn't. And that's why we engage or entangle ourselves with the others' pains, wounds, downfalls, egos, which is their problem whatsoever, as I just mentioned earlier. So that is the thing, that there is no such thing as fate, or there is always a thing as fate. Fate, space, time, reality are all essentially incomprehensible, invisible, invincible, and incontradictable principles, which are always in existence, which are intricately connected to us, which always determine influence over us. But we still have freedom of thought, action, choice, anyways. So if we can commit the right kinds of action through self-knowledge, self-awareness, with the application of reason, then definitely we can be powerful, or as much as we want to be in one way or another. So fate is nothing but the kind of action which were committed in a prior state of existence. What deeds we commit determine our fate. So definitely fate is action